The 8th episode of Sevdiğim Sensin begins with a shocking twist. Erkan stands before everyone in court and declares that he does not want a divorce. His announcement throws the courtroom into chaos and leaves Gece completely stunned. At that very moment, Gece storms into the courtroom furious, demanding that Erkan explain what is going to happen to Gece. Meanwhile, Nilüfer quietly watches everything unfold, trying to understand the mysterious connection between Gece and Gece. Despite the pressure from his parents, who desperately try to change his mind, Erkan refuses to back down. Looking directly into Gece's eyes, he firmly repeats that he does not want the divorce. The judge officially closes the case, and for a few emotional seconds, Erkan and Gece share a silent but meaningful glance. As they leave the courtroom, Erkan's parents angrily confront him. Without saying much, he removes his wedding ring and hands it to his mother. Confused, Gece asks why he made such a decision. Erkan explains that his mother was the one who brought Gece's siblings to Istanbul, and if they get divorced, Gece will no longer be safe, not even at the association. Sitting in the car, Gece can no longer hold back her tears. She fears the consequences and the burden this decision will place on Erkan. Then, without warning, she suddenly runs away. Erkan doesn't hesitate for a second and immediately chases after her. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, the tension continues to rise. Berçin's family is already there waiting for news. When Berçin learns that Erkan has canceled the divorce, she breaks down in tears. Before leaving, her father makes one thing very clear: he will have his revenge. Elsewhere, Kadir calls Erkan to apologize for leaving the courthouse so suddenly. He explains that he had to meet Fatma, who had just arrived in Istanbul. At the same time, Erkan quietly follows Gece through the streets, watching every step she takes and trying to understand where she is going. Unaware that he is nearby, Gece asks several strangers for directions, hoping to find the association. Throughout the journey, Erkan secretly helps her. When she realizes she doesn't have enough money for the ferry, he quietly asks a young man to give her a transportation card. Later, when Gece becomes frightened about boarding the ferry, Erkan discreetly helps her without revealing himself. Once aboard, he continues watching her from a distance, before finally deciding to sit beside her. Gece is surprised to see him, but she quickly realizes that he was the one helping her the entire time. In another scene, Tahir arrives carrying the DNA test results while standing beside his sleeping father. When Inci notices the report, she desperately tries to stop him. But at that exact moment, Esat wakes up. Without saying much, Tahir hands him the results. Esat reads the report and discovers that the DNA test is a match. Tahir is completely shocked because he had been almost certain that Fikret was his real father. Meanwhile, Erkan gently treats the injury on Gece's foot after she hurt herself while running away. Afterwards, he agrees to take her back to the association. But when they finally arrive, he changes his mind. He tells her he doesn't want her staying there and surprises her with an unexpected proposal. They should rent a house and live together. Just as he promised, Berçin's father begins his revenge. He releases a damaging statement against Erkan's family company, putting its reputation at risk and causing its market value to fall. Meanwhile, Inci receives a phone call from Ferman, who contacts her directly from prison. He blackmails her, demanding that she get him out. But as soon as the call ends, Inci contacts someone else and gives a shocking order: eliminate Ferman. What she doesn't realize is that Tahir overhears the entire conversation. Later that night, Erkan visits his father's office and promises to solve the company's problems, even though no one believes in him. He then confronts his mother, demanding to know why she brought Gece's siblings to Istanbul. Inci insists that everything she did was to protect the family, but Erkan cannot accept her explanation. In another scene, Berçin calls Tahir and asks to meet him. Tahir immediately understands her intentions and with a slight smile asks, "You want revenge, don't you?" At the same time, Inci receives another phone call, confirming that her order has already been carried out. Amid all the tension, the episode offers a lighter moment. Nilüfer and Gece reminisce about their childhood together. The following day, Gece surprises her by drawing a hopscotch game on the ground. Although she hesitates at first, she eventually joins him, until a phone call interrupts the moment. Soon afterward, Erkan meets Gece again. He tells her he doesn't like seeing her wearing her old clothes, because she looks much more beautiful in the outfits he bought for her. Gece simply shrugs it off. Erkan then takes her to a school, leaving her completely fascinated. Afterward, he insists on taking her shopping to buy her new clothes. Gece jokingly teases him, asking if he's embarrassed by her, but Erkan ignores the comment. Later, they visit a bookstore. Watching Dicle learn how to read, Erkan promises to buy every book she wants. Finally, Tahir meets with Burçin. She gets straight to the point, saying she knows Erkan better than anyone and understands that he is trying to save the family company. She makes him an offer. She wants to know exactly what Erkan's plan is, so they can stop him. Tahir asks her why he should help. Burçin confidently replies that they both stand to benefit from working together. Later, Erkan takes Dicle back to the association. Even then, he continues insisting that they should rent a house together, but Dicle still refuses. After Erkan leaves Dicle at the entrance, she becomes distracted by a small kitten on the sidewalk. She walks over to admire it, but everything changes in an instant. Ferman suddenly appears. He has managed to get out of prison with Tahir's help. In exchange, Tahir demanded only one thing, that Ferman would never harm Dicle. But Ferman wastes no time. He approaches her aggressively and demands to know why she is standing there instead of being at the mansion with her husband. Frozen with fear, Dicle is unable to respond. Consumed by anger after being reported to the authorities, Ferman grabs her violently, giving her no chance to escape. He forces her away before she can call for help. Elsewhere, Inci has a conversation with Feride, blaming Dicle for all of the family's financial troubles. According to Inci, everything happened because Erkan refused to marry Burçin. Determined to fix the situation, she tells Farid to obtain Dicle's divorce signature. But Feride argues that Dicle is not the problem. Erkan is, because he refuses to go through with the divorce. Inci agrees, but then reveals her real plan. She wants Dicle to file for divorce herself, while she takes care of everything else. As the episode moves toward its dramatic conclusion, the tension reaches another level. Ferman takes Dicle back to the mansion. Despite the security guards trying to stop him, Ferman forces his way inside. The moment they enter, Dicle runs desperately up the stairs, but Ferman chases after her. At that exact moment, Jivan witnesses everything. As he sees Fehide walking down the staircase, he freezes in shock. She looks exactly like his sister. Unable to believe his eyes, he looks again and notices a scar on her arm. In that instant, everything becomes clear. She truly is his sister. Jivan quickly turns away, unable to stop the tears from falling. Meanwhile, Ferman catches up to Dicle. He grabs her by the arms and drags her into the main hall, where everyone is gathered. Without any mercy, he shoves her to the floor. Dicle falls, but Erkan immediately rushes forward and helps her up. Ferman then walks into the room as if he owns the place. Wearing a smug smile, he greets everyone and introduces himself. The shock is immediate. Everyone is left speechless by his unexpected appearance. Through it all, Tahir watches silently, wearing a faint smile on his face. And that's how another intense episode of Sevdiğim Sensin comes to an end. What did you think of episode 8? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like. It really helps support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.